I've got Sarah and Jared here. This is so exciting. Sarah is, of course, wearing the Superman shirt because, of
Yep.
course, that's the thing we want to talk about. The top here. Superman, been out a few weeks now. Fantastic movie, and this is the really cool thing is this is the second time I've gotten to go to a movie theater and point at the screen and say I know that person, and that is like really freaking cool. So if you guys don't know, Sarah Dean is in the new Superman movie. So we'll just start there. What was that experience like for you?
It was so surreal, especially it was so funny because when I saw James Gunn like 2 weeks ago at the Peacemaker party, he hugged me and was like, "So how did you like that close up?" I was like, "It was crazy," because it was so unscripted. He came to me on set and was like, "Sarah, I'm gonna take a close up shot of you crying," and I was like, "Okay, sure." And he was like, "I'll bring in the tear guy," and I was like, "No, no, I'll cry on cue." He's like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yep, I will bring the tears on." And Kent and it was very surreal.
Am I allowed to ask what it was that gets you to that tear spot so quick, or is it just
Childhood
like,
trauma.
oh yeah?
But also I was really happy too. Like it was happy tears. Like when he said he wanted a solo close up shot of me, I was like, oh my gosh, it's my big moment. Like this is what I've been waiting for so long. But yeah, it was funny. I was looking up at a corner of a building when I was crying because we had to pretend it was that giant screen of Superman. So I was just like, okay, what's a good eyeing point? All right. And then just tears kept coming down. And even when he said cut, I was still crying because I was so happy from the scene. Because everyone was clapping for me. It was so cool. Like James said I did a fantastic job.
Cool.
Stop. And Nathan thought it was cool. And David, everyone was applauding for me, and it was a very surreal feeling. I was like, wow, I just feel like one of the actors. Like it's just so cool.
That is absolutely epic, and it was so cool that like not only were you in the movie, but you were in the trailer. So like the very first time we got to see the first glimpse of the new Superman, like there was Sarah walking out of the building.
Mhm.
Like boom, right there. You're all over national television, YouTube, thousands of views, and you just get to be like, yeah, that's me. That's kind of
Mhm.
like I don't even know if I could like wrap my brain around what a surreal feeling that would be like.
It was so cool. That was actually my very first day on set. It was so funny. Like I saw James within 10 minutes of filming, and then Kanzu now another 10 minutes later, he was like, "Okay, Sarah, so you're going to be in this iconic scene where David goes into the building and you're going to come out. So you're David's cue when he goes into the building." And I was like, "Okay, sure." And we did that for 3 hours, and then yeah, then it got to be in the trailer. So it was so unexpected.
And it got turned into a comic book cover.
Yes, yes. Jerry, could you I actually bought the comic book from Midtown Comics because I couldn't find it anywhere else. It was so crazy, but they had it. So here it
Oh God, that is so cool. I remember you showing that on IG and I was just like, oh my God, like enshrined forever. Like,
is. Mhm.
boom.
And Jerry will be at Baltimore Comic Con, so I will get his autograph on the comic, and then I will read it.
Oh, that is wicked. Yeah. I don't think anybody can like ever doubt your nerd cred at this point. Like like that is oh my God. But I got slightly switching tracks. I gotta ask Jared, like, what did you think of the movie Superman? Was the acting good, not good? What'd you think?
The acting was fantastic. I love the casting. Um, I love Rachel Brosnahan. She did amazing. Nicholas Holt did amazing. David did good for. I mean, he did great for a comic accurate Superman. I thought he did good. I love the score in the movie. That's about where my love for it ends. The acting and the score. I didn't love the story. I didn't really love the side characters. I didn't like Crypto. Probably gonna get hate
Oh,
for that. But as a dog owner, him not listening throughout the entire movie just pissed me off.
well, that's what happens when it's like a family member's dog, and
Yeah,
not yours. We've all known that party girl that has an obnoxious dog.
yeah.
So yeah, I
That's what he said that to me.
by the way, Sarah, as you guys are engaged, you know it's a red flag when a guy doesn't like a dog. Anyway,
That's true.
But
how
even though
about,
you still.
She still said yes though. So
Mhm.
that's good. That is
Well,
awesome.
this was before Superman came
that
out,
is true.
anyway.
That's before
Yeah.
I said that statement.
Oh,
hmm
So
yeah.
It was actually the trailer after it came out that you asked.
that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just waiting for that trailer to
Oh.
drop, and then I popped the question.
Yeah, there you go. Bona fide. Yeah,
Mhm.
IMDb, put a ring on it. The so even though Sarah, even though you were like in the movie, like objectively, what did you think of the movie? Like your overall impression?
I loved it. I really did. I know I'm like a little biased, but I really loved it. It was actually like better than I like was expecting because being on set, you have a different mindset from like how the movie's gonna be. It's kind of like when you read a book and then you have your own movie, and then when you watch it, it's like, oh, it's completely different. So a lot of things did change differently. Like I did have a line and it got cut, and it was with Will Reeve, and it was like gonna be really funny, but I understand like things happen in editing. But no, I really loved how comic accurate it was. I do wish that we saw more of David as Clark Kent because I did feel like that scene was a little bit too short for him. I would have loved to see more of that side. But yeah, I thought Nathan played great as Green Lantern. Like I
Oh
just
yeah,
like I loved the scene
the
where
Green
he's like
Lantern scene is
flipping like every
awesome.
like all the vehicles. That was so good.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. That was
Yeah.
great.
And then I love the Mr. Terrific, like his own battle like fight scene alone. Like I thought that was sick. I'm actually friends with the stunt double. His name's Corey, and he killed it as like Mr. Terrific stunt double in a lot of those scenes. So yeah, no, it was just I thought it was great. Like I always loved like working with James Gunn, so it was like cool seeing how it affect from like Guardians to like being in the DC universe, and I thought he killed it. And the music I thought was phenomenal. Like I cried in like the trailer music, like just it was so beautiful.
Mhm. I think we've all had punk rockers stuck in our heads like
Yep,
so much since that movie came out. Like,
yep.
yeah, it was, yeah, I just over and over, I was just stimming off of it. Like, just random, I'm a punk rocker,
hmm
driving, cooking, whatever. Yeah, I think the Mr. Terrific was a fantastic surprise in that movie. Like, knew the character was in the movie,
hmm
but damn, like he freaking killed it. That was amazing. Almost stole the show. I don't want to talk smack about David Corn Sweat, but man, like he tore it up in that movie.
He was in it a lot more than I thought he would be. Like
Hmm.
he was one of the most important parts of the whole thing. I thought he'd been in it a lot less, but
Oh,
like
Mr.
more,
Terrific.
yeah, more of a side character. But he was like one of
Yeah,
the main
no.
guys.
Yeah, Isabella was only in it as Hot Girl for about like 3 minutes. Like I
Yeah,
wish I
she had,
saw more of her because she's an amazing actress and
I
loved her in the
love, I
Last
love
of
Hawkman.
Us and just oh yeah, Jared loves Hawkman.
I love
So
the Hawk people, so I would love to have seen more of her. But
mhm.
yeah, she was good.
Did you ever show pictures of James Gunn of your fiance and be like, "Look at his Hawkman. I could get him here
I
in 5 minutes."
I haven't
Like,
been able to yet. I tried to at the party, but it just it gets.
He kind of saw me in Arkham Knight at the
Oh
panel,
yeah, he was
but
behind
I didn't
me,
have my
but you
helmet
didn't have your
on, so it kind of
helmet.
just looked like
Yeah,
a regular
so
suit. But
oh,
yeah,
yeah.
next time,
hmm
we'll get an Arkham Knight movie. Don't worry.
right, yeah, we
Seen
need
my
it.
cosplays, but yeah, he hasn't seen much of Jared's.
Man, because that would have been good, and that's crazy. That's that for like first of all, like to rewind it back, like Nathan Fillion, like I've worshipped
hmm
that guy since Firefly, um, and anytime he's in some, and I'm not gonna lie, there was a small part of me that was apprehensive in the trailer when I first saw like the haircut, and I was like, bruh,
Oh
like
yeah,
what are we doing? But then when he pops up on screen, that guy just like oozes charisma out of his pores, and he
Yeah,
was so good that I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, whatever, like I'm the wrong one. You guys nailed it.
I feel like it was the set photos too, like the pre-release set photos.
Yeah.
The suit looked horrible, the haircut looked horrible, and then you get introduced to the character, you're like, oh yeah, it all
Yeah.
makes.
hmm
The
Yeah,
Justice Gang.
that is Guy Gardner, and that is
Yes.
his getup. Like that's just
Yeah.
him, and it worked.
Wow. How many times have you guys seen it in theaters?
He saw it twice. I've seen it 4, but going on 5 because I'm going to see it with his mom.
I
Nice.
think I'm good on 2. I've seen enough.
Did you get here? Do you get along well with his mom?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do. Especially his entire family. Like they're excited that I'm gonna be part of the family.
Oh,
Welcome
yeah,
with open arms
Yep.
and then some.
yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Marry him, absolutely. Yeah.
Hmm.
If they're good in-laws, yeah, that's a rare find. That is so cool. Because I was gonna say if it was one of those things where she was like, "Sonny, I'm not sure about this girl you're seeing," and she's like, "Yeah, come see the fucking movie I'm in," you know.
Exactly.
No, no, I've had a great friendship for your like
Yeah,
family
Kristen
for
always wanted another
sister.
bonding sister
Hmm. I
human to
asked
talk to.
his sister-in-law to be my maid of honor.
Aw,
So
Yeah.
aw.
definitely a very good relationship in the family.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
As I say fantastic, we talk about family. Let's switch gears to Fantastic Four. That wasn't scripted,
Yes.
by the way.
Mhm.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll start there. Whichever wants to go first, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and impressions on that one.
Honestly, Sue Storm, hell yes. She was my favorite, of course, in the movie. Badass. I love the merchandise that they did for it. Like I loved the merchandise more for Fantastic Four than Superman. Like I have sweaters, I have the bags, and just the 60s period theme is just so fun. And I just love the whole vibe of the movie. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really like the movie, but
Yeah.
I thought it was the casting. I thought most of the casting was good. The acting was phenomenal. Again, the score was probably one of the best I've ever heard for a movie ever. The Fantastic Four theme is amazing.
Yes.
I just felt like the movie was lacking something, and I feel like it felt really long, but then it also felt super rushed. Like I felt like in the original with the original cast, Jessica Alba and everybody, it felt like they gave the entire intro story of how they got their powers. Then there was like a whole build up in the middle, and then like a big fight at the end. This one felt like they kind of got thrown right into the main fight, and then I just remember the ending, and then they just beat them like just boop done, and I
Just
was like,
bam.
oh, that was
Yeah.
the whole movie. Okay, it just felt like there was something missing from the
Hmm.
movie. I wanted a lot more. I don't know what it was, but yeah, it
Yeah.
just didn't do it for me. The
Yeah.
again, the aesthetic amazing. Loved
Hmm.
like the retro 60s futuristic theme, but like
The flying car.
I
The flying
needed
car.
I needed more. But
Yeah.
seeing the Silver Surfer surf was sick.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
That was
Julia
awesome.
killed it for her role.
oh.
Her
Yeah.
and just yeah
Yeah.
was beautifully, and she was an amazing person to talk to as well. Like
Yeah.
she was so sweet.
Like Galactus for, whatever Ralph Ineson was able to do with, his dots or whatever they did to make him Galactus. He did amazing. Julia Garner did amazing. I thought the main cast was amazing. Yeah, I wanted more out of it.
Mhm. Well, it was first of all, I got to say, like Silver Surfer, like there's still even like still shots I see from some of those, and they're just like hanging in the Louvre. It is gorgeous the way they rendered that and did that.
Yeah.
The thing that I found interesting is with Pedro Pascal playing Mr. Fantastic, and yet the movie was not the Mr. Fantastic show, which was good, right? I thought it was pretty well balanced. But even then, for being Mr. Fantastic, I think it was only like twice we saw him really use his powers, which
And he
was
never
Yeah.
really used them for anything significant. Like
right.
the most you saw him
Mhm.
get stretched was when, I mean, I don't know how much spoilers is going to be, but the only time you see him get stretch is when he's
Trying to like
physically being stretched.
Yeah.
yeah
It's like I wanted him to like wrap, like, really stretch and like do something, like hold back Galactus or like do something significant. I don't know why that wasn't in the movie. Like we
yeah.
needed more of that.
Hmm.
And I wasn't a fan of Joseph Quinn as Johnny,
Hmm.
unfortunately. I felt like Chris Evans was the perfect Johnny Storm because he is like hot as fuck and also like just such a ladies man. Joseph gave off like the weird person who doesn't want to be with women, but yet he was like attractive to Julia, which I mean I'm attracted to
Yeah.
Julia, but like literally like I felt like he should have been that like the it guy Like
Yeah,
yeah, and then it was just interesting how
like the
like
Playboy, but he
yeah,
was like kind of awkward and weird.
yeah,
He did have my favorite scene in the movie though, when he was absorbing the fire. And they were showing that.
that was sick at the
That was
beginning.
my favorite scene in the whole movie. I was like, I didn't know he like that was a power of his. That was so cool.
Yeah, I feel like for as much as they get like panned, I feel like the Chris Evans Human Torch is underrated. Like it does not get the credit that it like every once in a while I come across those scenes from those on like TikTok or something. I'm like, oh my God, that was like so goated for the time. And even
Hmm.
now, yeah, he was a bit more of a I think I did think it was cool that they showed him like figuring out the whole language thing, like he isn't just
Hmm.
a
The
moron.
pretty boy.
I
Hmm.
did like
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, but on the other hand, the thing was great. I mean,
Oh,
oh,
Perfect.
he
oh my
was
God.
fantastic.
He
Hmm.
was. I think he was my favorite part of the whole movie.
Hmm.
He
And
was awesome.
it was amazing how I love that scene, the scene in there where Reed and Sue show up and oh, you're late. And the
Yeah,
way with it being the thing, and yet it's got that thing in his eyes where he's like, mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought for
yeah.
it being the character of the thing, that was so incredibly done.
I love the subtle humor in the movie. It
yeah.
was really good.
And the way they were able to convey so much emotion with a fully CGI'd face, I thought that was awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, and the
absolutely.
beard. The beard
Yeah.
Yeah, the beard was
was
cool.
so
Just him like grinding it down. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
interesting.
That was my first question when like I think one of the trailers, like one of the final trailers where we saw where like Thing had a beard. That was my first thought, like, how does he shave that thing? Like,
Yeah,
does he
Yeah.
get up every morning and take an angle grinder to his face? Or wouldn't you
Hmm.
just like what if he was like ZZ Top? Would he like bang on his knees? Like I don't know. But think too much about that stuff sometimes. Well that's cool. So like real quick there, if you were to give it an out of 10 for Superman and Fantastic Four, what's your vote?
10 for Superman, 6 for Fantastic Four.
God.
What?
10 out of 10. No notes. Um,
I
Fantastic,
loved it because it was different,
Hmm.
but 6 for Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. I'd give like a. I don't know. I had really high hopes, which definitely docks the score a bit. I would say like a 5.3. It's like a little bit above average.
And
And
then
then
Superman.
Superman, like a
12.
yeah, like a 7.1.
Okay, I'll take it.
It was like a little bit above like good, but like I'm a Man of Steel lover. Like I thought every piece of the movie that I compared to Man of Steel, I like Man of Steel more,
Mm.
and that's why it had a lower score.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But for a comic book accurate lover who wanted a happy-go-lucky, vibrant Superman movie, it was perfect.
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
it felt
Yeah.
like a Guardians version of Superman. I think that's why a lot of people loved it because they see James Gunn come in. They're like, we love the Guardians movies, we love Marvel, and then he comes in and basically makes a Marvel movie into a DC movie, and everyone loves it. And like that's fine. Not my thing. Sarah loves it. Jake loves it. A
Hmm.
lot of our friends love it. It just wasn't for me.
Fair,
I
fair.
personally didn't see it as another Guardians movie. Speak like working on Guardians and then work on Superman. It felt both completely different in like
Hmm.
two different universes, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it had that James Gunn vibe. And that's a good thing. Like that's very
Hmm.
much a good thing. Both Guardians and Superman. Like, if I didn't know anything about Superman and sat down and watched it in TV, I would say that kind of had a James Gunn vibe to it. Oh,
Hmm.
holy shit, he directed it. Like, that, wow, that's impressive. Yeah, I kind of, like, I see what you're saying, Jared, because honestly, I was a fan of the Snyderverse and I enjoyed Man of Steel. And I feel like they'll be interesting to see like where your thoughts are on this, but it's sort of like, the issue that you have with Superman, in terms of film is that he's such an iconic character that I felt like the Man of Steel version was very much if that happened today. Like this is probably the way he would grow up. This is the way he would view the world in the modern era.
Yeah.
Because you remember they did like the Brandon Roth, like Zack Snyder when the Superman Returns.
Hmm.
Um,
Wait, Max.
yeah, I heard it's still playing because it's like 172 hours long. But
I
that one
know.
it was like they tried to do the like nostalgic like Christopher Reeves version and it just to a modern audience it just didn't hit.
Yeah.
Um But I sort of feel like it's kind of like I thought Man of Steel and I thought Superman the movie were both great. They were obviously just both obviously very different takes on the character, and yeah, frankly,
Yeah.
I enjoyed both of them. So
Yeah. I mean, Man of Steel just felt very like, realistic for a comic book movie. Superman felt like a comic movie,
oh
and it
yeah.
just felt like DC was supposed to be more like grounded and realistic, and then Marvel can be more, out in space and aliens and like all of
Magic.
that, yeah, like magic, like all of that kind of like vibrant, jokey kind of stuff. DC's more realistic and gritty, and I really liked the Snyderverse because of that. And like I saw the storyboard for Justice League 2 and 3, and like that story was going to be insane. Like the Dark Side story was that saga was going to be insane.
Mhm.
Um, but Superman 2025 definitely set the stage for how the DCU is going to go moving forward. So I'm excited to see how they go with it. I guess the one other thing I didn't like about Superman was that it didn't feel like a Superman movie. It felt like a team up movie,
Mm.
and I wanted the first Superman movie in the new DCU to just be focused on him. But we got a solo scene from Guy Gardner. We got a couple solo scenes from Mister Terrific. Um,
Oh, we
we
did get a
saw,
solo scene of Hot Girl.
yeah, we didn't, well, kind of. I mean, we saw him like kill
The
the main
flying,
bad guy.
yeah.
Which
But
was
like,
hilarious.
I wanted the intro of that movie to be like Man of Steel, where it's all on Superman to save the day. And I felt like so much got taken away from that. But
Mhm.
I'm excited to see where it goes. It set up a great stage for, maybe putting together a future Justice League or seeing where David goes with the character,
Or more jobs for me.
or
Yeah.
throwing Sarah in there as like Black Canary or
Oh yeah,
Batgirl or
everyone's been
something.
asking. Like, I've been talking to like my DC like celeb friends, and I was like, "What character do you think I should be?" They're like Black Canary, and I'm like, "Okay,
I
I
would,
can't sing, but sure."
right.
And we just got some Black Canary, so
That's
we'll be
true.
dropping some
Some Black
heat with
Canary
that.
content.
Classic Black Canary.
Yes.
It's gonna Pictures came
Yeah.
out.
That would be epic, and that was kind of surprising. I wasn't. I don't like you to what you said. I wasn't expecting Superman to feel like an ensemble movie. You
Mhm.
expect it to be more like most like solo superhero movies, where it's like them moving through a story with supporting cast. Whereas that felt a lot like, like it could almost be like the second movie in the franchise in terms
Right.
of all the other characters being there. But then again, maybe this is sacrilege. I don't know. I do appreciate skipping over the origin. Like we got it. Kind of like they did with Spider-Man in the MCU. Like, yeah, y'all
Yeah.
know.
Right.
You know
Mhm.
what? Okay, okay.
And Fantastic Four, they just kind of,
Yeah,
you know the story.
Mhm.
right,
Even
yeah,
they said like you all know the story, and then they explained the story.
yeah. I thought that was
Which,
funny too. Like,
I was like,
Oh yeah.
okay, whatever. But yeah,
They went to space. They got powers. Is that
yeah.
it?
But then they kind of like show the whole. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I do. It's nice they can skip over it, but then just taking it right back to Fantastic Four, they like skipped over it. But I felt like there was still more in the first one when they did show it, and they
Mhm.
had less time to like build the movie. I don't know.
hmm
I'll stop being negative. Both
Yeah.
movies were great. Love them.
I'm excited for Supergirl though.
Yeah,
So
Yes.
I loved Supergirl.
Millie killed it. I love her attitude at the end, and I have her costume being made right now. So I'm
Mm,
very excited.
Yes. Yeah,
yeah.
she.
'Cause, do we
I
have
love
a
the
do we
movie.
have a release date for that movie yet?
I believe it's next year on June 26th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in June. That's what I think.
Yeah, I loved her suit. I love the belt like going through the skirt instead of like having loops. I
Yeah.
thought that was really cool. I love the design. I love that her design's the same as David's.
And then when that release picture with James and Millie was like, she had the knee-high boots
Yeah,
and
looks like
then
she has
a different belt. So
yeah,
I was like,
different
oh, she's got
suits.
two looks coming. I was like,
Mm,
Yeah, I'm excited to see her drunk adventures with the Red Sun
okay.
solar
Mm-hmm.
system. That'll be good.
yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Go get crypto. And they're off to the races. So here is like for both of you the most important question that I've ever asked in a podcast ever.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Red
Yes.
trunks or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Growing up with Superman and reading the comics, I've always seen him with the red trunks, like the animated series and Brandon, and yeah, like Henry's suit's beautiful, but I don't know, the red trunks gives it that Superman to me.
I'll say yes with a caveat. Yes, red trunks, but I hated David's suit. If you put the red trunks, there's like someone edited Henry Cavill's suit, the Man of Steel suit with red trunks, and it looks insane. I don't know why they made the decision not to include it like that. I don't know if there was ever a rendering, but you add the red suits and a little collar to his suit, and it is sick. I did love the collar on David's suit, but the whole suit, I didn't.
He definitely needed a muscle suit because seeing the
Yeah.
costume on set on David, it did look a bit like loose in like his arms and like a bit on the side. It should have either fit him more smaller, like custom fitting to his body, and or like a muscle suit.
Yeah,
So
like at the end, you see him cross his arms when he's looking at Lex, and you see the collar bunch up, and like
yeah,
I want it to be tight, form fitting, like alien made to fit his body, and it just didn't. To me, it did not look good in post.
Yeah.
Like after post production, it just no. But yes to the red trunks.
Yeah, that's interesting. I heard, and I had wondered because I know David Cornswell, he was in the movie Twisters,
Mhm.
and
yeah.
it was like they did. I remember, God, I forgot who it was who was on that movie who was telling the story that they had like done principal shooting, and when they came back for reshoots, and the in between, he had gotten cast as Superman. And so
Mhm.
when they were doing the reshoots, like every time there was a break in action, he was just like he had a dietitian there and he was just shoveling food
Oh yeah,
because it was like he had a very short time to like bulk up before like filming began for Superman. I'm like, oh my God, that is insane. Can you
Mhm.
imagine like, hey, we got this role and you're going to be more famous and get all this money, but you need to put on like 30 pounds of muscle stat, you
and he
know?
did.
He
Yeah.
He
did.
got
He had a big boy
huge.
from like his old
Yeah,
acting stuff I've seen. I was like, man, he was so skinny.
yeah, he got gigantic. I mean, same with Henry Cavill when you see him in Immortals.
Oh yeah.
Same with Chris Hemsworth when you see him in anything before he was Thor. They all just
I
Yeah.
got.
have not seen him in anything before Thor, so I just imagine him
God,
He
looking like
was
a god.
he
Like,
was literally just a skinny surfer dude in
oh,
Australia,
yeah.
like super skinny. Henry Cavill was
so
like
just think of
cut
his
but also
brother.
skinny. Yeah,
Yeah.
like he basically looked like Liam. But I think Liam got big too for Witcher. They all
Hmm.
just get like that Hollywood pop of whatever, and then balloon up
Yeah.
into giant gods. It's
Hmm.
awesome. It's cool to
Yeah.
watch.
Even Hugh Jackman, prior to doing Wolverine, and even in the
Oh yeah.
first X-Men movie, because
I
he
mean,
got
he was a
cast so late in that. You see some of the shirtless scenes with him in that, and they go to like what he looks like 20 years later, shirtless, and like veins are popping
I mean,
and
Yeah.
aggressive
he was a little
pecs.
theater boy.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
He had
was.
no reason to be big,
Yeah.
and he gets cast as Wolverine, who he thought
Hmm.
was a wolf,
I
and
know.
Yeah.
just gets like yoked and is the perfect casting for it, like
Yep.
ever. One of the most perfect castings ever, and he nailed it.
It's only been one Wolverine until
Yeah.
I picked it up.
Until my boy, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was so funny because I remember back before the first X-Men movie came out when it just got announced, because that had been the debate, me being the older guy all through the 90s, was like if they made an X-Men movie, who would play Wolverine? Like everybody knew Patrick Stewart would play Professor X. And there were always like these fan casting, they were like in Wizard magazines and stuff, if you guys remember magazines. But that was always the debate. Nobody could ever lock in on a Wolverine. Like nobody could think. Like I even heard people suggest Tom Cruise, and you're like, bruh.
I think he,
But
He is
I think he
the
did like a test screen for it. I'm pretty sure.
he's definitely the comic accurate
Yeah, he's
height
yeah,
definitely.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, Hugh Jackman's obviously not the right height,
Hmm.
but he's just got the look.
Yes.
It's
Hmm.
perfect.
yeah. And when it got announced at the time, I was actually working. I had a job, and my coworker was Australian. He had
Oh.
come to America for San Diego Comic Con, met a woman, fell in love, got married, stayed in America. Great, cool story. But he comes into work one day and he is just angry. He is like visibly, and he's a huge comic book fan, huge X-Men fan. He is like irate, and I'm like, what is going on? And he's like, they cast Hugh Jackman to play Wolverine, and I was like, who the fuck is Hugh Jackman? He's like exactly. He's this little theater biatch in Australia, and I can't believe he's playing Logan. This movie is going to be the worst movie that is ever made. And after he told me all that, I agreed with him. I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad.
Of course.
Hmm.
Boy, were we wrong.
Hmm.
don't
It's crazy.
underestimate acting because when somebody can act, they can make it theirs. Again, like it's so iconic now that you can't imagine somebody else playing him. And I think that if you were an actor and you did get cast to play Wolverine, you'd be nervous because those are like some huge shoes to fill, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah, Superman, Iron Man, Wolverine, Thor. They just have like they have actors that are like made to play these roles
Hmm.
and trying to come in after these guys who have been doing it for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
You'd have to go a totally different route, like Kevin Hart or something. Like just to like
He's got the height. I mean,
Oh
which
yeah,
I would
my
watch.
no.
sure.
Yeah.
No.
If you can get The Rock to play Colossus and they can do the fastball special, I will watch that. I don't
Yes.
even need a script. I'll just watch it.
Love Kevin Hart as Deadpool and Dwayne Johnson as Colossus, and they can just bounce off each other. Like,
Oh my god.
yeah, it would be perfect.
Yeah, I'll
It's
watch
really
2 hours of that. Like, I'll write the script right now. It'll be 2 pages long, and it'll be the best movie ever. Um, and for some reason, Emma Watson's in it. I don't know, but yeah, that's really cool. So we got to. I got to ask now that like we got the big ones out of the way. We'll roll the clock back a little bit, and ask what you guys thought about Thunderbolts because that was like those are like the trifecta of superhero movies we got here this summer. What was your thoughts on that one?
I loved Bucky. I mean, it was really cool. Me and Sebastian Stan, like he was the first person who I got to meet on at the premiere because I'm friends with his stunt double, and I got to
Oh,
work with the stunt double on Guardians, and it was just really cool to get to talk to Bucky. But yeah, even with the shaved head, I was like, it's
okay,
Bucky.
how about the movie, babe?
All right. um,
I know you love daydreaming about Sebastian Stan.
we all do. It's okay.
but no, I really loved the humor. Like the humor was so like Red Guardian. Like I loved Red Guardian. Like his humor was so great, and it
You
was just
love
so.
Finch?
Yes, I love Finch.
We loved you in the movie. You did
Yes,
Oh,
fantastic.
he,
thank you, friends. You're fantastic.
yes, and of course I love Florence as Yelena. I actually loved her more. So when like Black Widow came out, I loved her character more than Natasha in the movie, and then her and like um Hawkeye, just like with the mac and cheese and the whole, just like I loved her character, and it was just funny with Bob, but like I don't know, I wasn't like a too big of a fan of Sentry in a sense. I don't know, it just seemed like he was too powerful, but just like yeah, I don't know, it just seemed like Superman in like the Marvel universe
Yeah,
in a sense.
it seemed kind of like the wrong movie to introduce him into, and then they had to just completely nerf him at the end. It felt like the ending felt like the end of Wonder Woman 2, where it's like, all right, we're gonna win with the power of love. And I was like, all right, I do not like this. Like, I want to see you kick ass. Like, yeah, that movie was it was okay. The action scenes were amazing. It was really just the ending. I didn't like the ending. Everything else I think was pretty good though. It was
Hmm.
pretty decent. I
Yeah,
liked it way more than Fantastic Four, I
love the
think.
desert scene where they were in like the limo and the whole
Yeah.
action in that. That was
Yeah,
sick.
Bucky on the motorcycle
Yes,
was sick.
I
that was
love
Seeing
that
him come back,
guy.
mhm,
amazing.
getting all Winter Soldier.
I love the interaction or like the dad role that Red Guardian took on for the whole crew,
Hmm.
like hyping them up and getting them all together. The action scenes, the opening sequence where they're all like in the vault was really cool. Yeah, it's really just
Oh,
the ending. I just didn't like the
who?
ending.
Oh, Taskmaster? Is it Task? Yeah,
Taskmaster.
I thought she like that was so unexpected. Like her just dying for just like said
I know.
one line and then she dies, and I was
She
like,
must have pissed someone off at Marvel.
yeah, I was like, okay, how many people are gonna die now? Like,
Right.
what?
Well,
And
that was
then
yeah, that sort of set the tone because you don't know if all these characters are going to make it now. You
yes,
know?
that was me at the beginning. I was like, okay, is this gonna be Game of Thrones? You know, you like someone and then they die. Like, is this what's
Yeah.
gonna happen?
I actually love John Walker's character in that movie.
I did like him more in this
He
movie
I
than
think he
I did
was
at Falcon and Winter
yeah, I
Soldier.
think he was my favorite character. Like
Oh, really?
his arc in that movie was amazing. I loved him like kind of stepping up and becoming it kind of seemed like the leader of the team. It was
Hmm.
awesome. I mean, I did like his character in Falcon Winter Soldier, like because of how well the actor was unlikable. It's like kind of like Professor Umbridge. Like the actress did so well that you hate
And
her.
Joffrey from Game of Thrones, like
Yeah,
we just didn't.
Cersei, yeah.
yeah, you're forced to hate them, but like you respect how well they are at playing a bad guy. But then in this movie, he's like still an asshole, but
He's a lovable
yeah, he
asshole.
saves the day. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. I thought doing him in Thunderbolts was great. I felt great for the actor because that dude got like so much hate after
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, which irritated me. I'm like, you need to be praising him. If you're that angry at him, you need to be praising him because that means he did his job
Hmm.
really, really well.
Yeah,
And
I
I
mean,
felt like him in
also
Thunderbolts was
yeah. I mean, his dad's plays a god in the MCU also, so it's
right.
like
Yeah.
the nepotism's strong with
Oh,
that
I
one.
I didn't know who his parents were until Jared told me. It was like you literally just met like Kurt
Yeah,
Russell's like
she didn't take a picture with him at the
I met him
premiere.
twice and didn't ask for a picture with
Because she was like,
him.
I didn't like him in Falcon and Soldier. I was like, that's Kurt Russell's son. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I was
A
like,
legend.
what?
It,
And then also I didn't know Bob, like his dad. Like I didn't
yeah.
Yeah, they're both Nepo. Both Nepo
Yeah.
babies.
I was like, man, I was focused more on like Sebastian.
That's what was so crazy about being at their premiere is because once we got into the theater and like I looked to my right and like 15 feet away is Bill Pullman with like just like two people he's talking to. And then the person I was
So
with,
cool.
person I was talking to, I'm like, Bill Pullman's right there. And she's like, who? And I pointed, I'm like, the president from Independence. And she goes, oh shit. And I'm like, yeah, that's his dad. She's like, go say something to him. I'm like, nah, he's probably busy. He's probably busy. I'll leave him alone. Um, but yeah, yeah, epic movie. Well, we all kind of wondered about that seeing the trailer. Like, okay, you have all these characters. None of yeah, a couple got super soldier serum, but none of them are like super powered, and yet they're fighting the Sentry. Yeah, that's gonna have. You knew like they're gonna have to talk them down. Like that's how
Yeah.
that's gonna have to go. And they've always kind of had that problem with Sentry in the comics too. He's so OP, is
Yeah.
that you have to have him have some kind of like mental thing where he can just like lose his shit and shut down because that's the only way convenient way you can take him out of a storyline. You know. Yeah, I thought that I did think the sequence though where they were like going through like the memories, like Bob's memories and like trauma was like just a really interesting way that they just filmed that and
Mhm.
presented it on screen. I thought was really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was a cool sequence.
Yeah. Oh, and the post credit, like with the Fantastic Four ship, I wish they explained that in the Fantastic Four movie. That actually irritated me. I was like, I wanted to see why this makes sense.
Yeah,
Like,
it's got to be something with Franklin, like going
yeah.
interdimensional or something. I don't know, because
Or
he's
with
what it said
Doomsday.
5 years later. They'll
Or
probably explain it in Doomsday, but it's gonna be something where
yeah.
they're running from Doom or have to warn people about Doom or I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and some people pointed out after that came out that the shuttle or the spaceship, the Fantastic Four spaceship that's in the movie Fantastic Four has like four engines, and the one that's at the end of Thunderbolts only has three. So implying that it
Mm,
might be a Fantastic Four ship from another dimension.
Oh,
So that
okay.
could be interesting. Um, yeah,
so
that'd be cool if it got out and it was like the Fantastic
from
Four that
another
was,
dimension, you mean
The
Ewan
multiverse.
Griffith's coming back as Mr. Fantastic from another
Oh,
dimension?
wouldn't
That
that
would
be awesome?
make my life.
he was
Right.
so sweet at the premiere, and his
Meeting
wife.
him
They were,
made my life.
yeah.
He was amazing.
He was about to tear up. I was tearing up.
I
I
was
was
about to
like,
pass out.
I was like, if Jessica Alba showed up, I would probably faint.
Oh my
But she
God.
did not show up. So I
Yeah,
was
we
like,
weren't expecting him, and then he was like one of the first people that came through. I was like, "Oh
yeah.
my God, it's Mr. Fantastic! It's my Mr. Fantastic!
Right.
Oh my God, I'm
Well, no,
freaking
he's
out!"
my Mr. Fantastic too. I loved him more as Mr. Fantastic than Pedro.
It's funny in the so like the way we were lined up is like I could kind of see as they were coming around the corner, and there was like 3 or 4 rows of people behind us, like cosplayers, wanting to take pictures. So I'd be the one like calling out who was coming, and then everyone like freak out, and I was like, "It's Mr. Fantastic!" And they're all like, "Pedro," and I'm like, "No, the good one." It's like the first one, and then everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Dick.
Pedro was super cool though.
Oh
He was
yeah,
really friendly.
super super sweet. I wish he wasn't rushed out as quick as he was, but yeah.
He seemed
Vanessa. Oh gosh, Vanessa.
Oh my god, she was
Gorgeous.
amazing. She like held my arm for like 10 seconds while I took a picture. I was like,
hmm
oh my
Have you
god,
watched it since?
No,
No, I
never.
wouldn't either. Yeah,
Her
no.
DNA is still on your gauntlet.
Right. Yeah. My wife is beginning to complain because I haven't showered since Florence Pugh touched me. And I'm starting to get flies because it's
How can
been
she
since
blame you?
May, you know.
Hey, Harrison Ford touched this shoulder, so
Epic
Haven't watched it
shoulder.
since like
Epic shoulder. Get out of
Is
here.
that-
Was that Franklin?
yeah.
That's his
Franklin
name's
Richards?
actually Logan, believe it or
Oh
not.
my god!
Yeah. He is nothing like his namesake. I will have you know. He's,
Gotta get him some claws and shave that beard and we'll
right.
get him
Oh, is
straight.
it Kid Pool then?
Yeah, that would be a more accurate. Yeah. Yeah. I totally lost my train of thought on that one. Oh, and Daphne Keene was there. Yeah.
Oh
Daphne
my god.
was
Yeah.
my
She's
favorite.
gorgeous.
Yes.
She was, oh my god, and I love that she remembered us as ketchup and mustard at the
Oh.
we were like, oh my god, it was like so sweet, and we like chatted for a bit, and then there was like a girl who was like a Silver Surfer next to us. She was like, I was Rogue with you guys, and then we like told that to Daphne's like, oh, we have a Deadpool family reunion right
It was,
Aw.
it was
now.
amazing.
So cute, but she was like, oh my god, like she was probably my favorite like celeb to meet.
Yona
Also, it
was
was
my
funny
favorite. She
to
was a
see
close second.
Dave Batista there too. I was like, long time no see. And he was like, I thought you were at Disneyland because I texted him the day before, like, hey, guess who's back at Disney? And he was like, I thought you were at Disneyland. I was like, that was yesterday. I was like, so that was so funny. But yeah, no, like it was amazing. Like that was probably my favorite celebs to see at a premiere. Like it was just so many
And
unique
the original
people.
Silver Surfer.
Yeah, Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug
He was
was
awesome.
so sweet to see too.
There's a random property brother there.
Yeah, we stood.
The property brothers. I forget exactly who it was.
Mhm.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, and you guys have been to some, but like Thunderbolts was my one and only premiere, and I was kind of amazed at like I not like the randomness of some of the celebs, which was still cool because it was like,
Mhm.
oh wow, you're here, oh cool, like awesome.
Yeah.
God, I feel terrible now. I'm blanking on her name, but she played Shirley in Community. If you guys watch Community, Yvette Nicole Brown. Yeah, she was there for Thunderbolt. She was one of the first ones who came out, and like she played Shirley for a long time in Community. For me and my wife Jamie, like Community was like our jam, and I like was like talking to people, and I turned, and she's like in front of me, and I literally went, "Oh my God, Shirley!" And she got a good laugh out of it and took a picture with me, and like Zochi was there. Yeah, where you're like, wow. I mean, obviously you expect the cast to come through, but then like whatever random, it's like they shake up a box and like you never know who's gonna pop out at those things. So that's really awesome.
Yeah. Simon Liu came, Louis Tan
Oh yeah.
came,
Mm-hmm.
some random non-Marvel actors. And then the original cast
The original
from
cast for Fantastic Four that we
Yeah.
got to
the what was
It
it, the
was
unreleased movie?
unreleased.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. And they were actually in the movie, I found out, as like
As little
firefighters.
cameos. Like
There were
Yeah.
like 3 firefighters like in a row, like looking up at
Yeah.
I think it was the scene where he absorbs the fire.
Mhm.
Like goes to the
Mhm.
firefighters and they're like clapping or
Yeah,
whatever.
it was the
Like
Thing
those 3.
and the Johnny Storm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, America Chavez. I forget her name. I can't pronounce her. I'm not gonna try and pronounce her.
Zochi.
Yes.
Her name's Soji. That's
That
how you
one.
say it, Soji.
I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Zochi Gomez.
I see her at every. She's at every premiere. Like every time I see her, I was like, "Hey girl." She's like, "Oh hey again." She's like she knows me. I know her. I was like,
Is she gonna ask you, I don't know how to pronounce your name? And you're gonna be like
It was really cool. Marvel posted a recap and I got
oh,
I'm in like 3 of the Marvel pictures. Like I screenshotted them.
But him staring at Vanessa was so funny. He's just like in awe. Just like
hi mom.
Mommy.
So awkward.
Please
But
step
I
on
love
me.
this is like my favorite picture from the whole thing.
Oh, that is great. Yeah, I did
I
see that one. Yes.
And then me up to the
and then Sarah's
side.
right off the side. I love
Oh my
that picture
gosh,
so much.
Dana's face
Yeah.
with her tongue.
Oh my god.
That was so great. I was so happy that he was able to come because I was like, it was my, I guess, 6th or 7th Marvel premiere. I was like, Jared, when are you gonna come?
Number 2 for me.
So,
It
but
was so much
yeah,
fun. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Marvel knows how to
Yeah, that premiere was
make
amazing.
a
The
fun
blue
part. I
carpet
loved
was
the
crazy.
sky where they kept making the 4 from the plane.
Yeah, that
That
is.
was so cool. And my first drone show with like
The drones were cool.
that was
Oh,
my first drone
yeah.
show ever, and it was beautiful.
It was long too. It was like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, because I kept recording, and I was like, yeah, my arm's getting tired. I'm just gonna enjoy this now.
It was a really well done premiere, and they had a whole orchestra behind the movie screen. It raised up at the beginning before the filming or
For
before
an
the screening.
hour, they played for an hour.
Oh my God.
I don't think they played that long.
It was so long.
It felt like an hour. I don't know, but they played the theme, and it was
the Marvel
phenomenal.
theme, and it was so
like the main Marvel theme.
Yeah.
Then they played the Fantastic Four theme. They just
Mhm.
played like a bunch of random music, but
Mhm.
it was
Yeah.
so good.
It was well done.
Yeah. The one thing they didn't have was Wheaties boxes. That's what.
They did not have
Oh
Wheaties
yeah,
boxes.
I still have mine. The popcorn, I still
Mhm.
have it.
They do have a Herbie popcorn bucket though. That thing looks
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
The popcorn with the drink head. Yeah.
Yeah,
has the light to come out, plays music, has like
It plays music?
yeah, like plays the
Oh
theme.
my gosh, I didn't know that.
It's crazy.
That's cool.
yeah. I've got the one, the popcorn bucket that was the Red Guardian limo.
I love that.
You know, where it's like John Walker's arm is out the back with the shield, and it's like that, which I didn't know when I got it. I'm like, oh, that is cool. But yeah, so we're there we are, folks. We have plowed through our time. This has been absolutely fantastic. You guys are great. I know you're engaged, which if I don't get to talk to you again, you know, wish you nothing but the best in your wedding. And yeah, well, thank you guys so much for coming on. Folks listening, first of all, thanks for listening. I'm sorry you didn't have anything better to do, but make sure you're following Superman Fit and Seattle's Beauty on Instagram. And yeah, get all the follows. But yeah, once again, thank you guys so much. And yeah, hope we can do this again sometime.
Will do.
Anytime. Always down.
All right, we're going to get out of here, everybody. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.